If your dream came true tomorrow, would you be ready? Or would you finally have to admit you never really tried? Because for so many of us, dreaming has become the destination, not the beginning. We fell in love with the idea of the life we wanted so deeply, so completely, that the idea itself became enough. And the actual life? It stayed exactly where we left it, untouched. And the world made it so easy to stay. It handed us vision boards, affirmations, manifestation journals. It told us to speak things into existence, to vibrate at the right frequency, to simply believe, and the universe would take care of the rest. And we believed that because it was kind, because it was comfortable, because it asked nothing hard from us in return. But here is what no one told you. Belief without movement is just a wish dressed in spiritual clothing. Dreams do not drift toward you while you wait. They are structures, and structures require hands. They require labor. They require you to show up even when you are not ready, even when you are afraid, even when the outcome is not guaranteed. I am not here to shame you. There is no judgment in these words, only honesty. The kind of honesty that is hard to find, because most people would rather comfort you than tell you the truth. But I believe you deserve the truth. Because you cannot move forward from a place you refuse to see. And the first step toward your dream, the real first step, is not a vision. It is the truth. Do you remember the day you made it? Maybe it was a late night down a rabbit hole. One video led to another. One post led to the next. And somewhere between the success stories and the transformation reels, you saw it. The life, your life, reflected back at you through someone else's highlight reel. And you thought, that is me. That is exactly where I am going. And then Monday came, and Tuesday, and Wednesday. And before you even noticed, the dream was still there, exactly where you left it, untouched. You told yourself you were still believing, still in the process, that the universe was working even when you were not. But a dream pinned to a board is not a plan. It is a photograph of a destination you have never booked a flight to. A feeling without a decision behind it, without sacrifice, without the willingness to begin, is just emotion passing through. And emotion on its own builds nothing. The vision board did not fail you. What failed was the second half of the instruction, the part that comes after the dreaming. But the fact that you still have that dream, after all this time, after the fire dimmed, that means something. It waited for you, because it knows what you are capable of even when you have forgotten. The question is no longer whether the dream is still alive. The question is whether you are finally ready to meet it halfway. Let me be clear about something, because this is where most people get it wrong. Manifestation is real, but it was never meant to be passive. It was never meant to be a waiting game. It was never meant to replace the work. It was always meant to fuel it. The word itself, manifest, means to make something visible, to bring it into existence. And you cannot bring something into existence by thinking about it alone. You have to move. You have to build. You have to become the kind of person your dream requires you to be. The universe does not reward desire. It rewards alignment. And alignment means your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all pointing in the same direction. Belief is the spark, but action is the fire. And a spark that never catches, no matter how bright it flashes, leaves you standing in the dark. So do not abandon the dream. Do not abandon the belief. Just add the one thing that has always been missing. Move, begin. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Because that, and only that, is what manifestation was always asking of you. Nobody talks about what waiting actually costs you. Not the obvious things. Not the missed opportunities or the goals left unfinished. But the quiet, invisible cost. The one that accumulates in the background while you are busy telling yourself that you are almost ready. That the timing is almost right. That you will start soon. Every day you wait, you are not standing still. you are drifting, slowly, silently, away from the version of yourself you were always meant to become. And the cruelest part? You do not feel it happening. It does not hurt the way a sudden loss hurts. It is more like a slow erosion, a gradual forgetting of what you once believed was possible for you. Time is the one thing you cannot earn back. You can rebuild money, you can rebuild relationships, you can rebuild confidence. But the years that passed while you were waiting, those are gone, and they took pieces of your potential with them. I'm not saying this to frighten you. I am saying this because I believe you deserve to understand the true weight of the choice you make every time you decide to wait one more day. Because waiting is a choice. It does not feel like one. It feels like circumstance, like caution, like wisdom even. But underneath all of that, it is a decision. A quiet, daily decision to keep the dream at a safe distance where it cannot disappoint you. And safe dreams never change anyone's life. But here is what I also know to be true. It is not too late. It is never as late as fear wants you to believe. The cost of waiting is real, but so is the power of beginning. Even now, even here, even with everything that has already passed. The best time to start was then. The second best time is right now. How many signs have you already been given? The opportunity that appeared and you said, "Not yet." The door that opened and you stood at the threshold, convincing yourself you needed more time, more preparation, more certainty. And the door closed, and you told yourself, the real sign is still coming. But what if it was the right one? What if every sign you have ever been given was real, and the only thing that was not ready was your willingness to risk being wrong? Because this has never been about signs, or timing, or the universe withholding its blessing. It has been about fear, quiet, well-dressed fear, the kind that does not announce itself as fear. It announces itself as wisdom, as patience, as discernment. It whispers, "Wait a little longer. Make sure you are ready." And it sounds so sensible. But beneath it, if you are honest, there is a terror of trying and failing, of wanting something deeply and discovering you are not enough to have it. The sign you have been waiting for was never going to come from outside of you. It was always going to come from the moment you decided, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, that you were worth the risk. You are the sign. You always were. We have been taught to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect version of ourselves before we begin. And so we prepare, and prepare, and prepare some more. We take another course, read another book, wait until the kids are older, the money is more stable, the fear is a little quieter. We build the most elaborate, most beautifully organized reason to stay exactly where we are. And we call it preparation. But preparation without a deadline is just procrastination with better posture. The first step toward anything real is never perfect. It is messy. It is uncertain. It is smaller than you imagined and harder than you expected. But it is real. And real, however imperfect, is the only currency that buys you a different life. Nobody who ever changed their life did it by waiting until they were ready. They changed it by deciding that the discomfort of beginning was less painful than the weight of staying. Think about the first step you have been postponing. Not the whole journey, just the first step. The one thing, if you did it today, would prove to yourself that you are serious this time. It does not have to be big. It does not have to be impressive. It just has to be honest. It just has to be real. Because the moment you take that step, however small, however imperfect, something shifts. Not in the world around you, but in you. In the way you see yourself. In the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of. You stop being someone who dreams, and you start being someone who builds. And that single shift in identity is where everything changes. We have walked a long road together in this conversation. We looked at the dream you have been carrying, the vision that gathered dust, the signs you waited for, the fear that dressed itself as patience, the first step you kept postponing. And now we are here, at the only place that has ever mattered, the beginning. Not the perfect beginning, not the fearless one, not the one where everything is aligned and the path is clear and the outcome is certain. Just the real one, the one that is available to you right now, today, in this moment, with everything you have and everything you are, exactly as you are. I know the fear is still there. I'm not asking you to make it disappear. I'm asking you to move anyway, to take the step anyway, to begin, not because you are ready, but because you have waited long enough. Because the life you want is not going to walk toward you. You have to walk toward it. One imperfect, uncertain, courageous step at a time. And I want you to remember something. On the days when it feels too hard, on the days when the doubt comes back loud and the progress feels invisible and you wonder if any of this is worth it, it is worth it. You are worth it. The dream that has lived inside you all this time, quietly, patiently, faithfully, it is worth every uncomfortable step it takes to reach it. You did not come this far, through everything life has handed you, just to stay comfortable. You came this far because something in you has always known that you were built for more. So begin, today. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Begin anyway, because the world needs the version of you that stopped waiting and started building.